Welcome back to You Loving Life. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and I'm happy you're here with me. Thank you for joining me. So today I pulled 4 cards, and the message is one of course, empowerment. And today's empowered message is for you to first stop underestimating your own personal magic. Okay? There are treasures within you waiting to be discovered and to be shared. Now, you might think, well, you're in a slump, or you're kind of like in this place in life where you're kind of stagnant, right? And that's okay. That happens to everyone. But this message is reminding you that that's only a temporary thing, that in time, everything changes, because that's one of the major constants of the universe is love and change. So everything changes, and that's okay. I also pulled for you the beetle. Okay. I'm going backwards. If you look, I'm going right to left for some reason today, but that's okay. The beetle is, an insect that represents adaptation. Okay. They can thrive in so many different environments because they have these very hard exoskeletons. They're very resourceful. Sometimes you might even see them in your own home. I've caught and taken a few of them outside, honestly. I don't like to kill bugs, but it teaches us that we can be flexible and resilient in order to survive. So maybe you're going through something where everything is changing very rapidly in your life. A lot of people are nowadays, right? And it might feel scary because change can often be very scary and exciting, but know that you are resilient. You are able to survive, and not only survive, but thrive. There's a few questions that the beetle is asking you to ask yourself. And one is, how can I adapt to the changes in my life? I would add, how can you adapt in the most up-leveled, beautiful, loving way for yourself and then towards others, right? And then the next question the beetle asks you to consider is, am I compromising too much of me? Are you giving too much of yourself in a circumstance? Are you agreeing and acquiescing to people just to keep the peace when you don't really want to do what they're asking you to do? That's really important to notice, okay? So many times we can get lost in relationships, or trying to, do something at a job or in school. And the bottom line is, are you still being true to yourself and really being you? The other question is, what resources do I have to navigate this situation? So it's a call for you to collect what you have, okay? And start being grateful for what you have, making mental notes of what you have, and start adding to what you have in your tool belt. That could be, of course, finances. It could be skills. It could be maybe you need a new resume. It could be maybe you need to look for a new place to live. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, start noticing it. So the next card, right to left, is the sea. Oh, I love the sea so much, you guys. It's just beautiful. And it says, heard, may your brave call be carried on the wind. Ooh. So the sea is able to push you. It pushes you to endure, to tread water, to fight for survival. Again, we are going towards survival, okay? That was mentioned earlier. You don't have to just survive, though. You can thrive. And sometimes you might need to ask for help from someone, and that's okay. That's actually a beautiful thing, okay? People can say yes, people can say no, and someone eventually will be helpful. Now, you can, get a professional to help you. If you are moving, you might not, get friends to help you. Maybe you could hire someone to help you. Maybe there's some young college people that want to make extra money, right? So, may you be supported by a loving community. May your trials, if you're going through some, chart a powerful legacy of hope and resolution. Your mantra for this card is I speak my truth and I am heard. So many of us are so afraid to say what we really think, feel, or need. But the problem with that is that if you don't, it will simply build up and build up like a volcano, and then there will be like a horrible eruption typically. And then everyone's like, what the heck just happened? Why did that volcano explode? And then, like, relationships or work environments can be completely destroyed. So you just haven't even said what your truth is, and then you explode. That doesn't help anyone change what you need to have changed unless you speak your truth to them. The next card is the weasel. And I don't know, it's just a cute little thing. And the pine tree. So that signifies introspection. Well, okay, if you're going through something, introspection is the first thing you should be doing. There is nothing wrong with taking time to yourself. I'm a very much an introverted person, and I love alone time. Like, it is a joy for me because I'm not alone. I'm like with spirit. You could talk to God, source, love, all that is, Jesus, Buddha, Mohammed, Krishna, Prajapati. You could talk to the living Eckmaster, Sri Harold Klemp. You could talk to the Eckmasters, angels. You could talk to your people who've like left their bodies that were from your family. You could talk to, it's endless, okay? Or you could just talk to yourself because you are soul and you're connected to everything and all that is. So you could just listen to your quiet thoughts and ask yourself, what is it that I really want and need? Okay, because that is the most important thing. So you are called by this card to have a time of solitude. So isolation actually allows you to contemplate, which can lead you to great self-knowledge. And that's what is going to help you to get out of the situation you're in, is self-knowledge. Because once you know for sure what it is that you desire and what it is that you deserve, then you can make the necessary moves, even if they're really hard. I have left relationships that I really never thought I would do, but my needs were just not being met. Even though you love a person, you have to take care of yourself. If that person is not treating you right, you have to leave. So that's just my 2 cents. I don't know what your situation is. Maybe it is a relationship that you're doing all the work and the other person's doing nothing. So obviously that's not really relationship. That's a one-ship. You might as well just be alone until you meet someone who's able to do the work, because relationships take work. So maybe it's at a job and the boss is like not working with you at all. You're like still doing like data entry and you're like, ew, I don't want to do this anymore, and they're not promoting you. You've been there forever. So maybe it's time for you to get a different job, right? So the other thing is the pine tree. And the pine tree is a very self-sufficient tree. It's one of the fastest growing evergreens, and it helps the prickly needles, they have this like waxy coating. It helps them to keep the water in. So it's very self-sufficient in that way. Therefore, this is calling you to ask yourself, when do I like to be alone? Okay, can I allow myself and give myself that gift of alone time to figure out what it is that I need and what my next step is? And how can I better understand and respect myself? Okay, so that is a huge question. How are you not respecting yourself? And only you know those answers, and they're not going to come if you're not quiet. So you guys really consider getting quiet. Alone time is beautiful time. Trust me, I take it all the time. I couldn't be happier from doing that. It is a lovely, wonderful thing, especially if you are clean inside and you know yourself. And the thing about alone time, if you're just starting this process of introspection and clearing, then you're going to see some things you don't like. But the great beauty of this whole process is that if you stick with it, you look at it and you release, then you actually up-level your life and you become lighter, and then you feel happier, and then you look at the next issue and you deal with that issue, and then you become lighter, and then you become happier, and then you do the next one and the next one and the next one. There's always going to be a next one, right? So why not start the process now? for the best life you can ever imagine. I love you guys. And if you want to support me on this channel, the best things you can do is one, to share this or like and subscribe, share it with someone you think it would be helpful for. Also, I have a buy me a coffee link in the description below. So feel free to buy me an Americano or whatever. I would love that. And I appreciate you all so much just for being here and sticking here till the end. Have a beautiful day. Get outside, hug a tree. I just got 10 plants from a friend's store who just gave them to me because they were dying. And I'm like so happy because I'm going to spend the day reviving them. And it's just such a beautiful thing. Like they looked so bad. And now, after bringing them home last night, I watered them all, and actually there's 7. I don't know why I said 10. And anyway, they're doing better. Now I'm going to give them haircuts. They're beautiful ferns, and I'm so grateful. So have a beautiful day, you guys. I love you so much. My brother and sister, because we are all linked. We are all sparks of God. Whether you like it or not, it's true. All of us. So even the people you don't like, they're still related to you. And maybe just a little clouded, we all are, and we're trying to get unclouded. That's why we need to introspect. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day.